That's right, folks. We're back at the shop, and man, do we have a battle of the ages for you. We have Sanyo versus Sharp. We have LED versus LCD. Old school versus new school. So get those drills warmed up, and let's find out how much gold is inside. And as always, you're only going to need a couple tools. You need a rubber handle pair of nippers, a flat blade screwdriver, a Phillips head, your trusty magnet to know what kind of metal's inside, and if you got a drill, that's going to be your best friend. Well, mostly. You need safety glasses. That's going to keep everything out of your eyes, and the company of a great friend does not hurt. That's right. If you don't have your drill, you can do these by hand. Don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. So let's get these laid out and see what's inside. All right, right off the bat, we see that the LED is going to be punching a little more in an upper weight class, because this LCD definitely is bigger. You can tell by the backside. They're always thicker, and the LCD is always way more. Their construction and everything, that's just how it happens. That's just how it works. But if you find them out in the wild like me, sometimes even, punching above your weight class, you always bring a little extra with you. That's right. This little lightweight here has a cord. That is a bonus in my book. And not only a bonus, but hey, it has a bonus HDMI. And I know you can't quite see that on camera, but it's lightly coated in gold. So, and it has a bonus cord. This one does not. So that already steps up the game a little bit. Boom. We also know right off the bat, and for you new guys that just started scrapping, welcome to the scrapping world. It's pretty fun, but you're going to have tons of screws everywhere. You're going to lay them flat and get these back pieces off of here. I have a feeling that another problem is going to be that this is going to have a lot more waste product. We don't know. We'll find out. We do have a considerable amount of plastic. That's right, and for all you new people, that is not recyclable. I say it every time. Unfortunately, you cannot make a product out of a bunch of mix-match plastics. It just doesn't work like that. But fortunately, we will get this material back into the system. All right, now that we got these two fighters back in the ring, though, what's happening here? All you guys that don't know about the power boards, let me help you out. You just simply take, and this is your capacitor right here. This says 200 volts. That's right. You don't want to get whacked by that. So if I turn my camera like this, I hope you guys can see those two prongs right there. You just go, and if this was plugged in, you'd touch those two prongs to each other. It'll make a spark. It'll ground that out, and it'll dissipate the charge on that. That'll keep you from getting whack-a-dude by that, and you don't want it, trust me. The LCD. That's right, this one's a little more considerable. It has a little more stuff happening on it, and I've got a few pieces I've got to take off of here before we can even get to anything important. So let me get those two steel brackets off, and we'll come back. Yeah, I think this guy's going to have some more steel. It may pack a little heavier of a punch. Let's find out. All right, we got a bunch of the screws taken out, that's right, and some of the wires clipped. So where do we go from here? All right, well, you're going to have your speakers in every TV, most every monitor. What do you do with them? Well, I tell you what, I take them and I take the other speakers. There is some metal in them. So what does Scrooge do with them? I put them inside my microwaves after I take all the goods out of the microwaves, and I put all them along with my nuts and bolts and everything else that I collect up from these TVs. That's right, don't throw them away. Keep them. They're pennies in the jar. Put them in your microwave. Take them to your scrapyard. They'll give you, so many cents on the pound, not pence. I don't think you guys use them anymore. They'll give you so many cents a pound for that, and just deal with it, because that's just scrap steel. But that's another way to irk out a few extra cents out of your scrap. So what do we got going on here? I know everybody's like, Scrooge, you're talking really fast. Well, I tell you what, we got twice as much time and half as many things to... I don't know. My wife doesn't like my math, but it sure does work out for me. So let's see. On this LED, we're going to have a board. It only has one board on there, which is really surprising. Well, not surprising, I guess. If you guys go look at my other TV videos, we got ones every size. Every size you can imagine. Flat screen. We did a lot of LEDs. There's some LCDs on there as well. We got that big old projection TV back there happening as soon as we get this stuff done. And yeah, so if you're new to this, you just go in there and you flip-a-do that little black thing right there. There you go, and you flip-a-do that black thing, and it'll come out. And if the connector has gold inside of it, a rule of thumb is this will have gold. And that connector doesn't look like it has any gold in it, nor does this. No, it's not silver. I don't think it's silver. I've seen some people try to go after it, without success. But there's lots of activity still to be had on this board, but it sure isn't as much as what we got going on over here. We got the LCD. This guy has to be beefier. It sure does. Fell out of favor because not only do they have poisonous lamps inside of them, uses a heck of a lot of power. It's really, really heavy. And so our steel is building up. So the LCD is building up quite a bit of steel. And that's nice, although it had a little extra plastic on it. But the LED doesn't have much for no steel going on, just a little bit of cord to it. So each one is having its own pluses and negatives here. But I tell you what, you keep collecting up that steel, it will add. I know people don't generally collect it up because it's just something they consider to be, a byproduct, which I kind of do too. And if you guys don't save it up, the way I suggest to get rid of it myself is I have other scrappers who actually work in steel, and they do their copper in their steel. And instead of me going out in the cold and leaving my house in the cold, because I don't work in the cold very well, so I trade them. I trade them my steel. I trade them my copper. I trade them all my goodies that they're interested in, the cast zinc and aluminum and everything else. And they bring me electronics. And then I get to take the electronics apart and do what I really like to do, which is get the gold out of the electronics. And we're going to find out how much is in this TV and this TV. That's right. This is a power board for the LCD. They're always bigger. They got a lot of aluminum on them. They got some other goodies on them. Just, again, like I said, make sure that either A, you find a way to take the charge away from the capacitors. I stumble every once in a while, but everybody does. Hey, that's what we're here for. We are all learning. I'm learning just as much, I hope, as you guys are. I'm going to continue getting the rest of the steel off. There's a little bit of boards. There's always usually a metal. Yeah, lots of metal brackets and things, and power boards to be had, and wires to be clipped. So I'm gonna get these clipped. These are some nice looking little power boards here, and there's gonna be another board in here that has the components. But like I said, for this LED, sorry. For this LED, all we're really going to have is this board, and we're going to get in there and get those little finger strip boards out of the bottom of that screen. Back to this TV here, and we're going to finish getting all the steel off the bottom of this TV here and see what we got inside. All right, and for you new guys, or anybody else, in fact, this is a T-Con board, and they always have these little black flappers, and I got big old fingers and I can't get into them. And yeah, you're supposed to leave the board attached to it, but I never seem to. I get too excited. But you can flap them up right there, and then they'll come out so much easier, and you won't rip them apart. And yeah, they're going to have gold in them. And these actually look really nice connectors. And a lot of people are going to say that's not a lot of gold. And I know it's not a lot of gold. But I tell you what, I know how to get free gold. And free gold is free gold, whether it's a lot of bit or a little bit. Ain't that right? So if you stick around, I'll show you how to get your own free gold out of your TVs and computers. Sorry, I'm out of breath. And everything else, anything else. You guys just stick around. Just stick around. Ain't that right? We always got crazy things we're doing here. Holy buckets. Let me get the rest of these boards out. Yeah, so this board for this LCD here, it came on it's on its own whole carriage, whatever mounting system you want to call it. That's actually weighs more than this whole steel from this TV. That's right. I normally don't talk about the steel and stuff, but we'll get the steel all stacked up and see the difference between the two. Well, have you ever wondered what's inside of an LED TV versus an LCD TV? Well, we're here to tell you. There's a lot of difference. This is the steel pile and the circuit board and the speakers from a new LED style TV. That's right, this back is steel. These are steel, so they're gonna go in the microwave. There's a little bit of copper number 2 wire there. Not much, but hey, it's gonna go in our copper bag. We got the boards, we'll look those closer. And then we have the LCD steel pile. That is right. Oh man, guys, there's a lot. And frankly, I don't know what to say. I am a tad bit amazed. And I was looking for my magnet here, and I got it. So are these stainless? No, everything in here is magnetic. There's nothing in here that is not magnetic except for the boards that are hiding back there. So yeah, this is a whole lot of steel. I thought at first when this is the LCD plastic, and I thought for sure that the LCD plastic was going to, outweigh the problems because this is the LED plastic. There's not much garbage left in there. All right, yeah, we had a visitor dropping off. Guess what? More TVs. That's right. So we have the LCD plastic and we have the LED plastic. There's a lot to be said about that because there's a lot less plastic. And in fact, if you can't get rid of it, just take it to your dump. They'll charge us 6 cents a pound for it. There's considerably less than the LCD, but the LCD has a very big metal screen behind it there. But you still got the lamps inside of it, so you're still going to have to dispose of that properly in your own way, in your local area, how you're supposed to do it. But it sure does have a lot of steel. Back to this. This is going to be, most of it's going to be your tin shred. Not a lot of it is going to be your heavier steel, but that's okay. Take it in. You and your junkyard can negotiate on how much they're going to give you for it. This isn't going to give you very much at all, but we knew that because it was super light. So let's get to those boards and see what boards, what they have. All right, guys. We got the boards laid out, and I hope you really get the scope of this. This is the LCD, or LED, sorry, LED. This is the LCD vision line right there between the two of them. Oh, man. So let's go over, the LED doesn't have, as much, but it's not without its perks. It's really not. You got little screws, they'll go on my screw bucket. That's right. You got your gold finger strip, or your gold. But if you look, they're even getting chintzy on that stuff now. There's only gold along this portion where the connectors meet. They don't even run them down the line anymore. So yeah, even the gold in the new TVs is starting to get very sparse. This connector isn't going to have any gold in it, but let's get down on the chip and see what secrets it has. So these connectors will have gold in it. I don't know about this TV nowadays. I really don't. It's hard to say. But this chip might have some gold in it. I'm really saying might on this board because I just don't know. But I'm not going to turn it down for the better. And if they contain gold, every one of those represents a little gold wire that goes into the center. That's right. These, for you new guys, these are silver. That's right. They're base metal on the outside, but they're silver on the inside. They're bugger to get into, but people love to collect them, and so do I. I don't get rid of them. We got surface mount transistors, resistors, things like that. You also have, see the C on the board right there by the screwdriver? That is a capacitor. That is a multi-layer ceramic capacitor. That's right there all over the board. Some people swear they have silver in them. Sometimes they don't. Either way, I'm not going to pass them up because you find them all over the board. Here's another IC style chip. Some people call these guys flat packs because they have 4 sides. Some people call these IC chips because they have 2 sides. I call them all the same. There's only one transformer to be had on this board, and that is the copper IC on this board completely, besides for this guy right there. That's right, you crack these spools open. If you don't want to crack them open and get the copper number 2, you throw them in a bag, you take them over to your junkyard, you say, how much will you give me for them? They'll give you 10 cents a pound. You'll laugh, they'll laugh, you'll have a good time, and you'll talk about what they'll really give them for you. Because that's right, don't ever take the first answer. Don't ever. The scrapyards need to make money, and I get it. But you're working hard to get your stuff too, especially when it looks like this. When you only got this much, you don't want to get cheated out. But those scrapyards, they got to make money too, because they're a business and they make this world go around too. They're all part of it. We all work together. Ain't that right? Oh man, let's look at this. This is the LCD. I got to back out a little bit for you guys. Whoa, that wasn't the right way. All right, we got the LCD. We have a whole lot of business happening here, so let's talk about the power boards. Well, what's a power board? Well, you can tell because either A, it has a plug-in on it where it was plugged in, or B, it's a brown brittle board. It's got a lot of copper happening on it, a lot of aluminum. Well, why? Why does it have aluminum, Scrooge? Well, I tell you what, you go in here with your magnet, you check them out. All these are going to be extruded aluminum. Well, how can you tell it's extruded? It's because if you look inside of here, they look like it was extruded through a die. So this is going to be worth more than your pop can aluminum or your capacitor aluminum. Like I said, you crack these off the board, you save them up. I don't leave them laying around, take them in with my pop cans. They'll give me a pop can price for them. But this guy right here, you don't want to pass that up. All these will add up, and they are worth a lot more than regular aluminum. And no, you guys are eyeballing these copper transformers right here. That's right. And for all you guys that want to crack these open, it's just a ferrite square around this. Hit it with a hammer, whack-a-doo, pull out the copper, and that's right, you got free copper right there. But they are going to have film in between each layer, and they're going to be a bugger to get to. Like I said, a lot of people just take them, throw them in copper bearing, and they're done. These are easy guys. Those guys are nice to zoom in. These guys are super easy. You crack them open, you take the copper off. That is fair game, easy peasy copper number 2. These guys, the MOSFETs, the transistors, the IC packs, whatever you want to call them, they have 3 legs. Most of the time they have copper in them, sometimes they have silver, and very rarely, but they do exist, they have gold on them. That is right. Some people come across them. I've come across a few myself. I don't know what to say more than that. These dusty things right here are going to be ceramic capacitors or resistors. You gotta look at the board, and if you see a C on the board next to the little blue guy, then you know that is a capacitor. The capacitors are ceramic, and they're coated in epoxy, I do believe. And these guys, yeah, will have some silver. You throw them in with your other ceramic process for silver, and you process them that way. These guys control the power going from one side of the board to the other. They're just like an old school LED. That's right, they'll have some gold in them. I don't throw them away personally. What else do we have? We have a fuse. The fuse can contain silver. Sometimes they contain gold. These resistors, very rarely will you come across them, but every once in a while you come across them. They contain gold on either end to make an important connection. These are like a Mylar film capacitor. I don't know what's inside of them, but you know what? I'm going to talk to Empire Finds and find out, because he has a whole stack of them, and I'm wondering what's inside of them. Hey, Empire Finds, if you're watching, hey, buddy, hit them comments. Let me know. And for all you other people, hit them comments. Let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what you would do differently. There is squares. Well, these are going to have copper. You whack a dude with your hammer, they're all good to go. Hey, there's some more of them MOSFETs. That's right. You don't lose out on them. You don't lose out on your copper, and you don't lose out on your silver. These power boards sometimes can surprise you with a little additional trinkets and things, but this one doesn't seem to have much besides a little copper, a little silver, and a little ferrite. That's what's underneath of that, and we're going to find out as soon as I get all this stuff out of the way. And that's right, while you're waiting, for all you new guys, hit that subscribe button. I know you don't like it. I know nobody likes to hear it, and it's very annoying, but I tell you what, that is exactly how we make this channel move. I take a minute and get something to drink. You guys slide over on that remote. You slide up on that screen, whatever you got to do. Hit that subscribe. I'm running out of breath, but these are really nice sharp flat packs, and they will have gold inside of them. I'm pretty sure if they have tantalum on the board, that means there's gold on the board. That is right. So I cut them off, I throw them in my IC process. All these guys, they're a little taller. They may have a little more, they may not. Some of those may even have a little copper spools inside of them. I haven't been able to figure that out quite as of yet, but we will get there. So that's the T-Con board, loaded with stuff. Don't pass it up. It's got gold, it's got silver, it's got tan there. That is gold inside of that LED. That's right, gold inside your TV. You guys are just throwing it away, and you would walk by, and there's multiple on that board. Don't forget about these. These are the gold finger strips. That's right, you can see gold all along these finger strips on this one compared to the LED where there is just spotted gold. So already it has a lot more gold, just even in these little boards right here versus that whole TV. But we still have this giant board. That's right, this massive, massive board. Let's run down what's on there real quick. Well, we got another sister board attached to it. I don't know if that's what you call it, but that's what we're calling it today. And we have flat packs, and we have MLCCs, tons of surface mount stuff. I don't think there's going to be any gold in here, but there has been gold in these connectors. Gross scrap it, and I'm going to take my gold all the way over to my stock pot. That's right, and for all you guys looking at these, this is gold. A lot of people say, Scrooge, that's not a lot of gold. Well, I tell you what, we take it for free just the same. We put it over in that stock pot, and we get our gold for free, and that's how we do it. If you guys stick around, you'll learn how to do it too. So let's see what's underneath of this big, giant, massive heat sink. Big chunk of aluminum, that's for sure. That's going to be extruded. I'll take those screws out, get the steel off there. That'll go in my yard. I'll ask them how much they'll give me for it. They'll tell me 10 cents on the pound. We'll laugh, have a good time, and I'll get more money. Let's see what kind of treasures we have. That's right. Well, first off, we have this gold. You could already see that, but it's there. You can see it more. It exists. That is gold inside there. I'm not sure what that does, but I tell you what, it's got a partner over here that has just the same. I'm not going to pass it up. There's going to be a little silver inside that box, and And that's how you get your cable inside your TV. That's right. They usually always have some copper spools and a little bit of silver inside there. But look at this. This is a Broadcom BGA underneath here. I know it's going to be a BGA. What is a BGA? Well, a BGA has a bunch of balls underneath there instead of legs on the outside. You crack that sucker off. You throw it in your process along with your ICs. Get rid of all the base metals. And bing, bang, boom. You have gold. What has more gold in it? That newer LCD or LED or the older LCD? Well, I tell you what, for my book and my value, LCD all the way. What do you think? Drop in those comments and let me know, because those LCDs weigh a ton and you got some stuff you need to get rid of still. But hey, if that gold outweighs in my book, so I'll take them all day long. And like I said, if you guys don't got a way to get rid of them or you don't know how to do it yourselves, bring them to me. We take them for free. We put them in that stock pot and we have a great day. So for all you new viewers, don't forget to hit that button. For all you people out there that keep coming back and making this possible, thank you all. Thank you very much. You guys make this happen. You make this possible. You make this little world go round of ours. That's right. Keep coming back. We always got new stuff. We're always doing something. And yeah, these controversial apples, if you guys haven't seen that video, go check out those videos, because man, there are some people that are peeved off about taking those apart. And I don't know what to say about that, because hey, everything has an expiration date at some point in time. Whether it gets out the door one way or another, it leaves our shop. So with that being said, if my wife is watching, I love you. If my kids are watching, go wash your face.